Hey y'all. I bedroom. I have had not to clean it this weekend. I may go downtown in Orlando to do some driving because on Fridays, of course, Friday, Saturday, and the weekend. And again, um, the weekend is normally busy. The you get the app, you get pings after ping after ping. It's just like constant, nonstop. I mean, and it's sort of good in a way downtown. In a way, it's bad. It's got its pros and cons because um, downtown, I think anywhere has its pros and cons. One is parking. You just find any your car going. Cars constantly going. You're really not gonna be able to park. You're basically trying to catch people, get them in the car, and send them home for the or they fall out and pass out. You really trying. I'm just laughing, y'all, but you really trying to get them, to their destination as safely and quickly as they but then again, you got to be careful with the police too, because they're out there to do their job, and sometimes we do get targeted. I don't know what that's all about, but well, I'm probably gonna see if it's. I already know it's busy down. I don't know why I'm saying I'm gonna see if it's busy. It is busy. However, today is the 7th. Most people got to pay their mortgage and their rent, so it may not be as busy. Excuse me for that reason. Some people that might matter to. Some people may not. But most of the people just they're budgeting. They had to, they just had to pay out all that money. They had to pay out money for their car notes. Most of them pay out money for and their mortgage or rent, whatever it may be. Some people may have not had to pay out. Excuse me, guys. I'm tired. I've been working since this month, off and on. Of course, I have other things. I'm a mother, so I have other duties to take care of. I have what did I have to do today? I had to. What did I have to do? Yeah, I had to. I went. I did the airport ride today. I learned something with Uber that I didn't know that you guys might have known. And then this is for newbies like me. And I do this very part time. I haven't did this full time yet because my schedule is just all over the place right now. I tried to be more focused and strategic with Uber, but right now it's just been, like I said, when you have children, you're juggling, you're trying to juggle time. Your time is just so limited. Where certain things you could do, juggling a job, it's just like it's hard because kids can be very demanding. So when you're doing a job like this, it's if you're single it's different, but if you have children or if you have a family support it's different too. You have more family support. um but getting back to, I don't want to be rambling and going all over the place, but yeah, early this morning I had a airport ride. Okay, I had to arrive before the airport. Let's go up to what happened before the airport ride. This one particular female, she's on her way to work, but she had trips. So she said she had she put 2 trips, and I think I seen 2 trips. The first trip came up, and I said, "Well, I don't really see the second trip." And then she kept messing with the app. So the second trip when it came up until I finished her first trip, which was a UPS stop. Okay, and then she was supposed to go to work, which was at Universal Resort, which was like around the block. Excuse me, you guys, here. And so we wind up going. Oh, I finished the first one, which I should have never did. And I thought about that too. And I said, you know what? I probably should have waited until she got out of the car, and it may have shown the second trip because she had two stops and one, for one trip. And so shoot. So then we went to when I okay. So soon as I had, because this was early morning, soon as I clicked stop for her destination in a car, because I thought it was just going to come, with the second trip like it does Uber Eats, but it doesn't work that way. So I was like, oh shoot. And then it didn't do it. And it just sort of like, another came in so quickly that I shouldn't have clicked it on, but I did. It was like 2 minutes away because it was at the same hotel. Hotels, that's another place to hang out at, I think is a very good Uber Eats. And if you want constant pings, even when it's slow, I would suggest hotels. Hotels, people just constantly be going on Uber and Lyft. Um, I don't know why I'm paying as much, but probably because you probably have a lot of people who work the market strategically, and they probably do a ride, and then they probably go right back to the same hotel and do another ride. Probably why there's not that many pings for me, because it's going to go to the closest. I think that's how they do it. They do it for the closest person available. So, yeah, that a little bit because the 2 minutes I was supposed to, I was right there. So quite naturally, the guy was probably like, where is she going? What's going on? So I dropped the girl off real quickly because I couldn't have her, knowing what went on because, I knew he would have been like, most likely, he would have been like, sorry about the camera. It's sort of off. It's like on an angle like this. And I can't really move it because the stand is sort of, I got to configure that. So you guys, if I look a little, it's because of the camera. The camera is sort of like this. So getting back to what happened, I know I went off schedule for a minute. Getting back to what happened was, I dropped her off. Of course, traffic was getting bad early in the morning. So by the time I got back to him, it was about like 5 minutes, I think, 7 minutes. He was a little pissed, but uh I calmed him down. Most of the time with people, when you're dealing with people, writer people in general, and you could feel their energy and you could tell whether they're irritated or angry. Always remember this, and this goes without saying. You probably heard it before. It takes two to argue. It takes two to argue. If they say something like out of the way, or it depends. Here we go with this internet. Okay, so I was really quiet. So I just told myself, look, this technology. It is sure. I told him, I said, well, if the bars are not right and the signals aren't right in a certain area, I said that the GPS can take you way off somewhere else, which is true. So I wasn't like I was lying to him, but in his particular situation, I couldn't go into what took place before me picking him up because that's really none of his business. What went on with the other person I had in the car before him. So you want to tell people as less as possible. And because he was questioning me, he was like, "Oh, what happened? You were just here, you were over here." But I didn't want to go into that. I just said, "Oh, it's technology. Just keep it real, short and simple. You don't want them to go way left. You don't want to elaborate into all of that." So I was like, mm-mm. So, but that was handled really smooth. And he was like, "I'm gonna be late," and he kept fussing. He was like, and I just let him fuss because he needed to vent. So I'm gonna be late for the airport, and I was like, "Not with me, you not." Not to say that I'm a speed demon or anything, but I'm just like, I said, "You'll be all right." That's what I'm saying. He's panicking, right? But I'm just like, I'm like calm. I'm like, "You'll be fine as long as you safe. You'll be fine. You'll get there on time." I'm not that slow of a driver, and I do sort of watch out. But we got him there on time. I got him there on time. I know how to drive. So he was like, he was happy when I finally he didn't think I knew the airport. was like, man, I'm at the airport. He works at the airport, Orlando airport. And he was like, oh, could you have went a different way? And I was looking at this man like, first of all, Orlando airport is like a circle. And if I would have went the way the GPS will take you, it could probably take you two different ways. But then you went that way, and I was like, I don't think you know this area as well as I do. And I'm like, because I know when I heard too many times, and my back is itching. It's the hair. It must be the hair biting me. Anyway, um, I got him to the airport. He was happy. I said, I said, what, because you always have to ask them. Like I asked them. I said, are you with I asked them what airport they're using. Not airport, but what flight. So I started using United or using Delta, using Southwest. You have to ask them, so you can drive them right up to where you need to depart from to depart during flights. So he was happy, like I said. By the time I got in there, he realized he was on time, probably a little bit earlier than he thought. He was okay. I was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, this hair is just literally biting me. I've been trying to use this one app, but it hasn't been really working that well. I don't know if they deactivated me or what. I hope not. Uber, excuse me, guys. Uber is working pretty good. I'm all made up today because I was supposed to go. I was supposed to. Um, I don't know why this. I think it's. I don't know if it's the caller. Guys, sorry. I don't know if it's the caller or what. I'm so hysterical. I would say not hysterical, but stuff be just happening to me. But this thing has still not went off. It has not pinged, not nothing. So I don't know. Maybe it's just a slow period right now. It's slow again. I but like I said earlier this morning, it was busy because I know when I had to take my daughter to, I took these two kids to school early this morning. Normally in my area it's busy. I think the busiest time is early in the morning. It's you got to get up. That's one thing I know. You can make some money in the morning time and at lunch sometimes. Just depends on the time of the month. At least that's what I've experienced here in Orlando. Um, One thing I did not like today was I did an order for TGI Friday and it was through Uber Eats. It was that the first? Yeah. And I dropped the order off. That one I think was sort of close by. That one was sort of no, that one's sort of far. And then the other one I did Uber Eats was really far. Like it was way out in Windermere. And oh yeah, the one that was she tipped me, which I really appreciated. She tipped me. It's always the ones that you think that what? It's always the ones that have a stereotype just based on the area that they probably you would think that they don't tip. Though some people think they tip because I've been doing this for some time now. But it's in the rich areas. At least I can say in Orlando, Florida, that do not tip. Like when they think they would tip and Windermere, but they don't. Oh, my phone dying. Okay, let me charge my phone up. We going through some technical issues here. Okay, let me see if I can get this in. Okay, here we go. So, but yeah, in terms of tipping, always the rich areas for me. They don't want to tip. I don't know. No, not all the times. Like if I go like Universal or if I go yeah, around that area, tourist area, they I can probably get a tip. Not too much. But when I go in the hood, I always get a tip. I don't know what that's all about. When I go in the hood, they take care of me. I get tips. Mm, $4, $5. Tips. That's what I'm talking about. They be taking care of the system. Tips. I'll be like, yes, because that makes a world of difference for all the ones who don't. For all the one tip, damn dollar. I'm telling you. I know y'all probably hear me ranting all the time. Damn, she always talking about tipping. Because the industry we work in is serving. You're supposed to tip your driver. That's just point blank. I don't care what kind of driver it is. You're supposed to tip your driver. You in the service industry, you are supposed to tip your driver. For those out there who may or may not watch this video this far, you're supposed to tip your driver. And that's all I'm gonna say on that. If you choose, you know you're wrong. I'm putting it out there. You know you're wrong. That's it. I ain't gonna say no more. You have a right not to, but you know you're wrong. Shoot, I tip. I always tip. I tip the driver. I will not do me personally. I know better. If I have a pizza guy come here, I'm going to tip him. He's gonna get tipped. If mine's 50 cents, $1, he gonna get tipped something. I don't do people like that. I've never done people like that. I've always tipped. Well, anytime I've been at a restaurant, I've tipped. Anytime I've had delivery, I've tipped. I don't understand what that's all about. And I'm not the richest person in the world. I'm not as wealthy as some others out there. But some people, that's their prerogative. They choose not to tip. That's no. You know, corporations, I don't know what that's all about with them encouraging people not to tip. That's crazy. That's just to me greed. That's just straight greed for you to have people work for you and have the public encourage not tipping these people. And that's how they make their livelihood. It's not like you paying them that much as you think you are. Anyways, tonight, we'll see how this goes. I may just call it a night. I don't like driving at night. One thing I can say about Orlando, Florida, is that in certain areas, it's very dark. It should not be that dark, but it is. Um, I mean, in some areas, like where they have signs that like some street signs should be on, they're off. And then you could imagine how dark it is, because they don't have any street signs on. And it's super, super dark. And you can't see the signs until you either pass them or you ride up on them. So I'm just like, that's too dangerous. And then not only that, it causes you to, excuse me, it just causes you to waste a lot of gas, because you're going past where you're supposed to turn at because of the signs. It's crazy. So that's about all I had to say today. I got my little ocean music playing on my clock. I'm gonna probably change it to I have ocean waves and the forest, something about the rainforest. I don't know. I seen a speaker, you guys. I know this is off topic. They had this speaker at Sprint. I went to the Uber. I don't know what they call it. Uber. It's like Uber location within this building. They didn't have the update, customer service support. They didn't have the update on that. That the Uber the welcome center was not in this. I guess that's sort of like what they did that. I thought they had like their own little individual. Well, they do, but they're sort of sharing it with Sprint in the same building. So when you walk in the Sprint, Uber is in the back far left corner. What? I was just sort of like, but anyways, the Sprint girl was like, oh, okay, you want, because she seen me listening to the speakers. They had these speakers you can use with, with your phone. And she used her phone. I was like, I don't have a smartphone. I was like, I have a Android. I have Android. I like Android. I have Android with Drone. So she was like, and I was like, no, I probably would. And she was like, oh, they're all waterproof. And I was like, oh, that's nice. That is really nice. You get a speaker that's waterproof. Not that I would, but you could. They were showing it in the pool. Speaker just floating in the. I was like, oh, that's pretty neat. You know, it was like the cheapest one they had was $60, and the highest I went up to like 300. It was. I was like, I don't need no speaker that's 300. I'm sorry. I was like, 60 is okay, but then I was like, well, I'll go to Best Buy, and then I was like, I'll go on Amazon, just check out the prices and the brand of speakers. So I was like, that'd be pretty nice though, because I want to have that for the patio. I wouldn't drive around with that because, of course, you got your own stereo speakers in your own car, so you don't really need extra speaker, you know. So other than that, I'm going. It looks like it's. I'm not getting any pings. I know if I move the location now, because my location is sort of dead at night. In this area, I notice in my general area where I'm at in the morning is where it's the busiest. This area, people just they need rides in the morning, but at nighttime they're sort of trying to recoup. They're trying to deal with their weekend. But you guys, that's it. That's how I hit you later. And again, keep on Ubering. Bye. Let me see if I know how to turn this thing off. You guys, I never know how to turn it off. I think I'll probably be like, she really don't know how to use this. Let me close this.